A bacon had his teeth knocked out inside of HMP Liverpool by the Scousers. And this bacon which I'm referring to is Julian Dorin, who was actually from Syria. Now, I have tried to do a bit more research into the background of Julian Dorin. And apart from the fact he was out on licence when he committed this S offence, a bacon offence against a 14-year-old, I can't find anything more on him apart from what I am about to read out to you, that he's from Syria, and I can't find when he actually landed in the UK or how he landed inside of the UK. It doesn't say that he's an illegal, which they normally never do now, but what I can find is, obviously it's saying about the regime in Syria and the reasons why he's there, so he's obviously been granted asylum. But like I say, that's as much as I can find out. I've tried to look at a few different articles, but I will get down to the nitty gritty and give you the details. So it also doesn't actually say HMP Liverpool in any of the articles that I can find on this absolute wronging. But his S assault, the bacon offence, happened in Liverpool. He was at Liverpool Crown Court. So it stands to reason that he was kept inside of HMP Liverpool whilst he was waiting to go up on trial, or waiting for sentencing rather, for this offence. Because like I've said, he was out on licence, so I'm assuming he's been recalled back to prison whilst he was waiting to go up for this charge. But you would have thought somebody from Syria who was in for a violent offence, sentence finished, back to your home country. That's what should happen. I've spoken about this numerous times. Why then be let back out to go and re-offend and go on to commit more serious offences? But when I tell you the fucking sentence, he got 18-month sentence for an S assault whilst on licence for a violent offence. Fucking 18-month sentence. How absolutely fucking outrageous. But that is the UK system at the moment. It is absolutely kaput. But I will get down to who he was and what he was in for. But like I say, HMP Liverpool, formerly Walton. Well done to the Scousers. The Scousers don't fuck about. I've been inside with quite a number of different Scousers over the years, and like I've just said, Scousers don't fuck about. And obviously when he's been on remand there, they've thought, right, let's give this some prison justice. And they've given him a good old beating, smashed his face a good few times and knocked out 3 of his teeth. And this is what they're trying to use in mitigation for the defence. He's been attacked inside a prison. Please give him a lesser sentence. Fucking outrageous. So Julian Dorin, bit of a weird name for a Syrian. Julian S assaulted a 14-year-old after encountering her late at night in a city centre. So I'll read the full article out. So it says, a bacon lost his teeth after being attacked in prison. The bacon S assaulted a teenage girl who had been reported missing. He told the teenager, "I've got money. If you help me, I'll help you." He then kissed and groped her, forcing her to seek refuge in a nearby pub. But before I go any further, because this is at the end of the article, what I'm going to tell you now is, in court, he needed an interpreter. But yet when he encounters a young, vulnerable girl, he doesn't need an interpreter then. He knows what to say, and he knows, well, he doesn't know what to fucking say because he's saying the wrong things, but in his sick mind, he knows what to say in plain English. So why need an interpreter when you go to court? He had only been freed from jail following a violent assault a matter of months before he subjected her to an hour-long ordeal. Liverpool Crown Court heard that the 14-year-old had run away from home at the time of the incident, which happened in May of last year. Now, 14-year-olds, as a lot of 14-year-olds have arguments with parents or fallouts inside the household. She's ran off. Obviously, it's not too late. It's 10 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And this absolute fucking wronging. Instead of not even comforting, you wouldn't try and comfort a 14-year-old lass. You would ring someone for fucking help if you've seen a vulnerable 14-year-old out at that time of night. And like I say, looking quite vulnerable. She's ran away from home. She's probably in distress. But what do these freakos think? Oh, I'll not ring for help, or I'll not go and get a female assistant, or even ring the coppers and say there's a young girl on the streets. He decides to go over and do fucking that to her. Absolute wrongings her. At around 10 p.m, she was sitting in Chavas Park in Liverpool city centre, Dorin of no fixed address. No fixed address. Then approached her and began speaking to her. Derek Jones, prosecuting, described how a rather lengthy interaction followed between the two over the course of roughly an hour. However, during this time, the defendant repeatedly asked her if she wished to go for a drink, in spite of being informed of her young age. The bacon also said he could help her and said he had money several times and asked to go back to his house. Go back to his house of no fixed abode. I wonder what would have happened, but I'd hate to think what would have happened if he did manage to get her back to some fucking household that is full of them. Not just his. He obviously hasn't got a house because it says of no fixed abode. But he's been to prison. He'll know a lot of refugees, illegals or whatever in his home fucking town. And they will have houses where they'll take vulnerable kids. And he would have been trying to get her back there where there would have been a house full of them. So fucking God knows what would have happened. So we dread to think. So luckily, that didn't happen. The 39-year-old took hold of her hand and began to kiss it while telling her she was attractive and pretty. His behaviour then continued with him touching her thigh on a couple of occasions and telling her that she had a good heart before using that expression to grope her. Having left this area, Dorian went on to put his arm around the girl and hug and kiss her before she was able to escape and hide in a nearby pub, leading to the police being called, which should have been done in the first place before that fucking wronging got a hold of her. Doran was on licence at the time following his release from custody around 2 months earlier in relation to a previous conviction for wounding. He was recalled to prison as a result of his arrest, like I said at the beginning. Ken Heckle, defendant, told the court the defendant is originally from Syria. He went to the UK because of the war there and is in the country legally. Was it illegally at first though? Then he was granted asylum. I do not know whether this conviction may change his status in due course. Of course it fucking should. If you commit that sort of offence, your status should be booted out the fucking country with a good hiding on the way out. She was able, thankfully, to stop him doing, thankfully, what he was up to, she said. At one stage, she froze on a couple of occasions. He now bitterly regrets and understands that it was wholly inappropriate. He bitterly regrets getting caught and sent back to prison. The fucking wronging. The defendant has been assaulted whilst in custody. Yes, give up the scousers. He is missing 3 of his front teeth as a result of an assault quite recently within the prison. Well, let's hope he doesn't get free dental care and free fucking dentures. He has family back in Syria. It says here, he has family back home. Is it home or is it his ex-home? But he has no children. The regime in Syria and the terrorism that transpires still make it difficult for him to return there, but it is to be hoped that he can use the time usefully whilst in custody and put this matter behind him. Put the matter behind him. Put the matter behind the fucking victim. It's the victim that's going to be traumatised for fucking years, not this bacon, not this wrong in it. Well, he's traumatised of being in Syria, that's why he's went to the UK to find fucking peace, but he inflicts misery upon the UK citizens. Boot the bastard back out. Sentencing Judge Garrett Byrne said your behaviour was, to say the very least, sinister and wholly inappropriate. You approached who told you she was 14 and she was clearly a young girl. It was 10 o'clock at night. She told you that she had been off alcohol for 2 years, but you offered her alcohol nevertheless. You told her not to tell her sister about you. You asked if she had family around and asked if she had a boyfriend. You said, I can give you anything. Was that in English? I've got money. If you help me, I'll help you. You said that more than once. She told you to stop, but you did not. You persisted. Is this when you come in and said you didn't understand English? When she said stop, you didn't know what it meant? Fucking wrongin'. She was clearly upset about all of this. She was a vulnerable person and your behaviour was predatory. So if the behaviour was predatory and the judge is saying all this, why give an 18-month sentence? Absolutely ridiculous. You were on licence at the time. You have a previous conviction, albeit of a different nature, but a very recent one. The location and timing are particularly aggravating features. You have no compelling mitigation. Durham was also handed a 10-year bacon prevention order. He will be required to sign the ex-offender register, the bacon register, for the next decade. And he was given 18 months inside a prison. Sorry, I missed that bit out there. It said, Durham, who was assisted by an interpreter during the hearing, admitted one count of assault. Appearing in the dock wearing a blue Adidas tracksuit, he was jailed for 18 months. 18 months. He's on licence for wounding. Wounding is a section 20, which obviously carries at least 18 months. And then he's went on to do this. It should have been at least a 5-year sentence. These sentences that are getting dished out to these wrong'uns and these bacons is no deterrent whatsoever. And in that summing up, there is no mention that he will be sent back to his home country of Syria once the sentence is finished. The UK system is absolutely kaput. And that's what I'm going to leave it on at the moment. There's plenty more coming this week, people, so stay tuned. I've got a lot to come. I've been inundated again with requests. And again, these type of offences are happening more and more. But on the plus side, the offences against the bacons inside a prison are on the rise as well. And that is where you're going to hear it at, right here on Behind Bars TV, bringing you the best of the prison news and the prison justice on these bacons. But I'm going to leave that one there for now, people. Hopefully you're still enjoying the content. And if you are, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. But most importantly, people, stay safe.